Good morning, everyone. My name is Lee Pham from MQ Agency, and today I'll addressing the 2023 Optus nationwide outage. This crisis disrupted service for over 10 million Australians, and our evaluates Optus communications response, identifying strengths and failures, and provides evidence for recommendations for rebuilding public trust and enhance long-term crisis preparedness. So now we go deep into it. What's happened to the crisis? On November 8, 2023, Optus had a serious national outage that impacted over 10 million users. The disruptions was caused by a normal software update, which resulted in unanticipated routing adjustments from an international peering partners. A rush of border gateway protocols updates overloads Optus core routers, causing them to disconnect from the networks. The outage interrupted critical service such as hospitals, bankings, mobiles, and internet connectivities throughout the countries. Critically, 228,000 calls, emergency calls, did not connected during the disruptions. How did Optus respond for their crisis? They have quick public acknowledgements and apologized around 2.5 after the outage began. At 6:33 a.m. in the mornings of the outage, Optus issues its first media statements. Optus is aware of an issue that may be impacting some of our mobiles and internet customers. We are currently working to identify the cause and apologize for any inconvenience. In the case of an emergency, consumers still can call 000. Optus also offers 200 GB of free data to eligible postpaid mobiles and data users as a compensation. Optus also committed to improve its network's resilience. Its announcement to invest almost $1 billion to maintain the enhanced Optus infrastructures and handling the emergency call. On the other hand, apologia theories analyze the phenomena of defense public statements used to control public perceptions, which does not necessarily include admitting guilt, insensibility to Optus. The CEO statements exhibited the balancing act between taking responsibilities and manage technical complexity, whilst expressing the concerns and limiting them self-blame. Furthermore, inadequate social media updates, posts on X, previously known as Twitter, addressing the problems but were deemed too late and inadequate. Furthermore, poorly received compensations. The 200 GB data offer was commented as insufficient, with some subscribers turning into discount for eroding confidence. Optus released a media warnings on November 13, indicating the disruptions was caused by unanticipated routing change from the third-party international peering partners, purportedly Singtel's Styx network. This answer came many days after occurrence, prompting criticisms for a lack of timely disclosures. At the Senate hearing on November 17, Optus promised to improve network resilience and collaborate with authorities. Optus parent firm Singtel has openly disputed its involvement for the disruptions. Similar to the October 2021 Meta, which is known as Facebook, PGP routing outage, media suppressed Optus in crisis communication despite hours of global network outage, Meta statement in 2 hours, and Twitter's and media updates during the service interruptions. Optus was silenced for 2.5 hours without third-party channels. The Meta crisis team detects both technologies concerns early and react publicly, utilizing reputational risk management best practice. Optus communicated slowly and randomly. This research how the multi-channels communications and real-time honest engagements, even under unclear circumstances, can maintain customer confidence and decrease the backlash in digital infrastructure disaster. For recommendations, Optus requires a long-term crisis plan based on the proactive communications and stakeholders' engagement to maintain the reputations, to develop a crisis-ready cultures. From Agnes 2018, proposed regular risk talks with personal scenario simulations and clear decision-making duties. Fragbirds advised Optus to establish a cross-departmental crisis response team, spokespeople media trainings, and always-on newsrooms. Johnson & Johnson stakeholder-first strategies during the Tenniel's scandals may help Optus to reinvent as transparent, safe, and progressive. Companies. Persistence, honesty, and timelessness are needed to build credibility and re-establish public trust. For Opta's reputation's recovery, Optus finally demonstrates openness and responsibility by alerting a CMA, explained the reason of the outage, and committed to the network's resilience during the Senate's inquiry. To establish confidence, Optus should implement and proactive crisis management approach that includes stakeholder listening systems and simulates exercise. Internal training is required to provide consistent message across the channels in the future crisis. Using Steve Heather's acknowledge, empathize, act, and follow up strategies may help authors humanize its replies and increase message. So that is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.